live on the Metal Voice, the second time today, mourning the loss of legendary former Iron Maiden singer Paul Di'Anno, solo artist. And with me is Stjepan, Juras, who thank you for joining me. I just want to say thank you for joining me. I know you are a close friend. Not only are you his manager, but you are a deeply close friend who's lived with the guy for just a few years now.
Yeah. Thank you for calling. And I want to apologize to many people because I got literally over of thousands message on all the social networks, and I try to answer to everyone, and it's easy because people. It's not easy because the people are sending like. I don't know, zillion words and describing what Paul meant them and everything. And I just answer like, "Thank you so much for this message" and something. So it's sound a bit cold for me, but my inbox is full. If you go to Paul Di'Anno website, you will see that the website is suspended, and they called me for hosting company that I have big DDoC attack, and I say no, it's not attack. It's so many people logging on the website, and they said no, you. They said, "Are you crazy? It's 2 millions login in 1 hour." And I said, "Yeah, he's passed away, so it's really so."
So what you're saying is the website went down because
Yeah,
over 2 million people went
yeah.
on it at the same time.
Yeah, because we live in a world of fake news, and everyone wanted to confirm is this news real? Because last 10 days there was some rumors also that I don't know, he died in a car accident or something like that,
Yeah,
and
those are the fake news. That's the fake news.
yeah, and people believe and things. So now they were suspicious that they didn't want to know, they didn't want to believe. Maybe they knew it's truth, but they wanted to take a last straw and find that it is not true. But sadly, this time was true. So I apologize to all the people because I literally can answer to all of them. And to be honest, I feel something like more to robotic moves because I just need to answer, and I don't have my private time to lay in the bed and think about everything. Because maybe when I go to bed now, it's around 1, 2 o'clock. I don't know. It's around 1 o'clock here. So maybe late or midnight. I don't know. So maybe later, when I go into bed, uh, I'll finally process this in my head.
Mourn. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We've become friends over the years, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
and I appreciate you coming on and sharing, your thoughts and your feelings. And I thought it'd be also a good idea to explain to everybody that you can't answer everyone. You just can't.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
um, to me, I got to tell everybody out there, you are a hero, and I've said this to you before. I'm not just saying that.
Okay,
You,
my
you,
first chapter, sorry, my first chapter in my upcoming book about uh, life with Paul Di'Anno has name "I'm Not the Angel," because people telling this, but this is not true. We all had good days, bad days. Um, I I don't know, few months ago when he done something really bad. I say to him, "Feel free to die," or something like that. So we was constantly in a fight, but this is a
yeah,
fight
he
for
absolutely
good.
is. Yes.
Uh, because you sometimes you can be fun who will say, "Yeah, it's all good. Everything what you're doing is good," but It's not always. Sometimes you need to be harsh. You need to say, "Look, Paul, this is not good for you. This is not good for your health." Okay, then he will send me to hell. I will send him to hell because this was our relationship. Um, I don't know, but sometimes only true friend will tell you the truth,
Yeah.
but naked truth. So yeah, and our relationships was like like that. So yeah, I'm not angel. I'm not. I was just in a position to help, and all the people who donated, who paid, who helped with everything, help same level as I help. I was just in a position. So, I could live in some other country and do some other job, and I will be like all others. I will just help with donations. So I was just right person in the right place, but
Well,
not an angel, not a hero.
well, there to me, there are very few people who would do what you've done. So I know you're humble. I know you're humble, and that's part of being a hero, being humble. And personally, I think I've spoken to Paul many many times, as I've told you,
Yeah,
and I know before he met you, I kind of wondered, is he going to make it the next day, right? Like it just seemed very bleak. Always
yeah,
laughing, always making jokes, but
yeah,
it was getting very dark. And I don't mean dark light, I mean his life was getting very dark.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
when you found him, you gave him a reason to carry on. You
yeah,
took care of him like a mother takes care of a child in a way, right? And I just
yeah.
want to say thank you for doing that because there's not many people in the world who do things like that.
Yeah, one day he made some post. People don't getting me. People think I need to be at home, but I dying at home. I'm a live animal, and I'm only live when I'm on stage with the people. And I believe, some people used to say the maybe it's not too good to go on the shows or something like that, but. At least at the shows he's surrounded with the people and these people care about him every day, nurse every day something, and he was happy and live at the shows, and I was afraid um, uh, when he come at home in Salisbury and when he live alone. I was always afraid every time will be trouble when he's live alone, and yeah, this loneliness, and he tried to explain me this loneliness, nothingness. He's connected only with his mobile phone, with the Facebook, and some people loud, even me, or joking about his constant post. He posts like 1,000 messages on one day. If you scroll his history, you can't believe how much post he can post by the day. But this was his only window to the world when
Yes,
he
yeah.
lives alone. And uh, if we are not in a wheelchair, if we are not experienced this, we can't understand this really.
I want to stop you right there to clearly tell everybody what you just said, just so people get
Yeah, yeah,
this. A lot of people said, "Oh, why is they putting him on the road? He needs to get better." But the reality is, you and Paul have told me this. When he's on the road, he was better than when he was sitting at home all by himself, thinking about his problems all the time and his post traumatic stress. When he was on the road, you had a full time nurse, you had fans who loved him, you had you there, you had people always looking out for him. But when he was home, he was isolated. And that was probably the worst thing. Did I explain it properly?
even Steve Harris mentioned this in his statement today, something like this.
Yeah. Let me ask you, when was the last time you talked to Paul?
Yeah, I talked last time. I think in Saturday. Mm, I don't know now. It's Sunday, but I think it's Saturday. I I sent him last message. I can screenshot you later, and it was like, Paul, we need to do something. This is dangerous for you to stay at this home. We need to move you on a safer and better place, something like that. But after that, we talk about something really casual. I mean, I can reveal because it's nothing. It's not secret. One American company, clothing company, has some apparels, and they doing a sport, not music, clothes, sport clothes, and they wanted to buy a license of Paul Diano name to be on the sport clothing.
Okay.
So, and I said to Paul, look, they offered some good amount of advance money. This can be good for you if you want to do this. And so we talk about this, and we finished talk about this, and he said to me, my voice is not good now. It's tour in 7 days, so I will try to keep my to protect my voice. See you on the tour. We'll smash again. You know, he was positive. We finished in a positive note.
And so I noticed. Yes, I don't want to. I don't want to talk too much about this, but I noticed he posted a video message yesterday to friends. He
Yeah,
sounded like he was out of breath. A lot of people have seen this. He was out of breath, and
yeah,
as I'm watching it, I'm hurting for him. You know, he was
yeah.
out of breath. Like either he had a stroke or he had a heart attack or something, a panic attack. But his
Look,
he was
Paul.
slurring his speech.
Yeah, Paul was no matter of his diseases, but Paul was always like proud, you know, full of himself and his attitude and everything. But in his last post, he looked very afraid, really, really afraid of something, like you know, like animal when smelt to death, something like this.
Yeah.
And if I remember clearly, uh, uh, like month or two ago, he said to me, Stjepan, I don't want to be in the wheelchair, this wheelchair. Please, if you can buy me electric wheelchair, buy buy me this and this company wheelchair, blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah, yeah.
And yes, I bought him this electric wheelchair, and he was super happy. And like 2 weeks later, in his last video, he said, "I don't want to go. I don't want to be anymore in this wheelchair. It's I want to go back in a old wheelchair, something like this." And yeah, it was his last video post.
Yeah. You know, did they confirm? To me, it was either a stroke or a heart attack. I mean,
Yeah.
just looking at, has anybody confirmed anything?
Look, no, and I don't know if family knows this,
Let,
but
yeah,
they found him at his home, so it's not violent or something. It's
yeah,
something with
yeah.
his disease. So yeah, we'll see. You
We'll,
know,
we'll let
it's
we'll let the family say that, but I'm just saying from what I saw, it looked like,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, he looked like, he was struggling with his health and either a stroke or a heart attack.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just from
Yeah.
what I saw. That's
No,
all.
we all was worried because I don't know how many people follow Paul, but it's few thousands of people who are his friends on the Facebook. But people outside of Facebook, they don't know uh, they don't know situation. But okay, many people knows you saw his post in the last
Yeah.
uh, 10 days. He had some problem with rats in his home, and he wanted uh, to make solution. And
To
I
exterminate
was
them. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, exterminate, and I was very worried because one day it was one rat, another day it was another rat, and to be honest, I called all of his close friends who were, and I said, "Look, people, we need to move Paul as soon as possible because he's alone. He's in a wheelchair. He's disabled persons. and rats, when smell something like this, leaking of legs, something, they can be very aggressive. And I really want to move Paul as soon as possible from his house and do anything what you can. So his friends call social worker and everything. We want to move him, and we found solution, but sadly, um, we're late.
Yeah. I want to also tell everybody that what you did for him in regards to reconnecting him to Iron Maiden, I thought that is, if he was going to pass away, at least you reconnected him
Yeah.
finally with Iron Maiden. You connected him with Steve Harris. You've connected him with Bruce Dickinson and the Iron, and not to say that he didn't have contact with them, he did, but you brought it together.
Look, look, okay. Uh, Paul was my friend, and I was his manager. Let's say manager because it's more friendship, friendly.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
But uh, I've done this not only about Paul. I've done this about myself, about all of us, because before of all, I'm Iron Maiden fan, and
yeah,
it was our wet dream, to reconnect Paul and the band again. And I have something bigger in my mind because I know uh, I like to dream, and uh, I wrote this in my books, but I can reveal. I have some crazy idea in my mind when I meet Paul Diano and Bruce Dixon this year, because if you remember, Blaze Bailey had a heart attack.
yeah,
Bruce Dickinson had a cancer, and Paul Diano his troubles. And when I met them, I called. I wanted to call Blaze Bailey in this meeting, but Blaze was booked on another city. So I my idea was like crazy fun idea. I said I give the letter to Bruce Dickinson, and it was like, look, Bruce, now you saw the poll, you see everything, you know yourself, and what's happened with your health. We are all fragile, we all die uh, someday, but somehow you survived, and you are now on the biggest tour ever of Iron
yeah,
Maiden all over the world. You publish
yeah,
new album, you entertaining fans and everything. And now Paul, after all his diseases, he published new album with Warhorse and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
another
yeah,
album, and he also touring around the world. And look, Blaze also done same published album and touring around the world. So my crazy fun idea was, why don't think about to write some song about these difficulties in your life and your victory, everything what you passed and what you've done. So in my head, sorry, I mean there is a lot of metal bands and musicians in the history, but in my hands, this sounds like idea of the song of the century of heavy metal. So I sent this message. I sent this letter to Bruce, and sadly, this happened. So
yeah.
this will remain just idea.
Oh, well, I think the closure that you created between Paul and Iron Maiden and Bruce, I think that was incredible. That's not something easy to do, especially with a hard head like Paul Diano, right? He was a hard headed guy, right? Funny but hard headed, and he spoke his mind. There was no inner voice. He just said what he says. And you know, I'm really happy, and I'm gonna tell everybody this, that the people who don't know, you've been writing a book on Paul. It's not finished. I don't think it's finished, but you're
It is.
Okay, it is. It is. It is. And I think, this is just perfect, but go ahead.
Uh,
Tell me what you
you know,
wrote.
you know what is this is a crazy to be honest. Few coincidence. Imagine Iron Maiden play show tomorrow. Do you know name of the city?
St. Paul. Yeah. Yeah.
St. Paul. So
Crazy. Crazy. Yeah. Somebody
yeah,
wrote that in the text. They go, Danzig said at St. Paul's, Minnesota. And actually, that's the twin city of Minneapolis. Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
also
It's crazy. Yeah.
today it was out of the print first ever fan club magazine. I just received from this morning from a printing company, and also I received the test copy of the book. And I said, "Oh my God, do I want to publish this book? Because Paul Diano is dead, and tomorrow book is on the sale. Not looking good."
You know what?
Uh,
I agree with you. It doesn't look good, but it's not like you wrote it after he died. You're writing it
yeah,
with him when he was
yeah,
alive to be published
yeah,
now. And you know
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Personally, I think Paul would want his legacy out there, and everything about him. I think that's the kind of guy he was.
To be honest, we settled everything like I don't know a month ago. But he was afraid for the first time of the book because he knows me and he knows I write everything what's happened no filter because he's no filter person. He will tell you everything what he thinks. Paul Diano is no filter person,
No
and I
filter.
said, "Well, and I said, Paul, I'll also be no filter writing the writer. So I really want. But at the end, we agreed that this is a Paul Diano. This is a rebel person. We know him like this. And if I try to hide everything or anything, this is not Paul Diano.
That's right.
Paul Diano, when you tell him something to do, he do opposite. And this is Paul Diano. And to someone, this can be a bad thing, but this attitude and this kind of behavior help Iron Maiden to rise.
That's right.
Uh,
That's
you,
right.
you you can go, you can be support band and or special guest and go on the stage and say we will blow up Judas Priest from the stage, but he said it, you know, and this kind of behavior is legendary. This can in this moment, this could be end of Iron Maiden, but they settled. But uh, he danced on the edge non-stop in his life.
Yeah.
So if I hide anything, it is not Paul Diano. So I say to him like in joke, I will not let your aura down. Your aura, like bad guy, will shine much more because it is not like. Fabricated story of Paul Diano. I've done this, I've done this. This is real life, and this life is much more uh, unbelievable than that fabricated story.
It's funny. My friend Kevin, who you know too, he was setting up to have Paul Diano come to Canada. He was all excited, and I know you were, and
Yeah,
you're working with him, and I was excited, and and I go, this is the first time I'm actually going to see him in person after all these years. I go, this is the first time I'm going to see him in person, and
yeah,
this is
yeah,
what
yeah.
happened. And of course, we were going to meet as well too, but
Yeah.
on another circumstance that'll have to happen.
Yeah, we
But
also try to go. Yeah, we also try to go back in America after Canada because a lot of Americans want to see Paul again. But yeah,
yeah, yeah. Let me ask you this. So let's just recap everything. I think it's 8 years ago. The cartilage in his knee gave out.
yeah,
8 years ago, 9 years ago, because that's what I
yeah,
remember what he was telling me. He didn't have a motorcycle accident. It's just over time the knee wore out. I think, right? And then his second knee, the cartilage wore out, right? I guess it happens at the same time. So he has been in a wheelchair, for people to understand this, for 8, maybe 9 years. And I just want to explain to everybody, a lot of people, because people don't understand this. He was in a wheelchair, waiting on doctors. He wasn't being the most healthy, but anyways, then he got sepsis.
Yeah.
He got sepsis in the lungs, which is a massive bacteria thing in the lungs. So he couldn't have surgery on his knees because of it. Then when he went to the hospital, he got a hospital bacteria that I can't remember. It's mRNA, or I can't remember what it's called, MRAS. Or then because he caught that, he couldn't have surgery,
Yeah.
at least from what happened. And then COVID hit for 2-3 years, and he couldn't have surgery.
Yeah.
So people say, "Oh, he's in a wheelchair." It's because of circumstance. That, not to
Yeah.
say that he was very motivated either, but I'm just saying that that didn't help the situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did I miss anything out?
Um, there's a lot of
Well, okay, well, that we'll leave out. We'll leave that. That's not for the book.
Yeah, but more, yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
just what happened.
yeah, and to be honest, I wrote this in my book. I showed the screenshots and everything. It's funny story. I mean, a year before he came to Croatia, a year or something, I contacted him because a year before I worked in this hospital as PR. Me and my wife and me
Mm-hmm.
working PR in this hospital,
Yeah.
and I saw what's going on with Paul, and I sent him message and said, "Look, Paul, you don't know me, you don't know who I am, blah blah blah, but I have something with what could change your life." And Loopy knew Steve Newhouse.
Yeah. Lipping Juras.
He connected me with the Paul. So I said to him, "Come to my country," and I said to the doctor that I will work. Me and my wife will work for free in this hospital whole year, and you will not pay anything for your operation. And it was my offer then, but sadly he refused because he didn't know me, but it was a COVID time, and he didn't know if he can fly during COVID time, and he said, "Sorry, I will stay in England in a horse Oxford University Hospital, something like this," and he missed this first chance. This first chance even was free of charge. So another time he come and we need to pay and everything.
Well,
Okay, we discussed.
but I could understand him too, right? You don't. He doesn't know who you are. You're offering
Yeah,
something free. It's too good to be true sometimes, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
someone out of blue, coming and say. So yeah, he didn't know who I am and nothing.
Yeah. What? So just to go through this. So you have a book. I mean, are you going to delay the book now, or are you going to release it? What do you feel like? I think the fans are going to want it. You know what? I see nothing wrong with it. I think it was written
Um,
before. I mean, you might as well. I
uh,
think the fans will love this. What a way to
I,
what a pay to way to pay to respect, right?
I spoke with the friends, and they said to me, "Look, Stjepan, you don't need to worry. What is done, it is done. You didn't announce the book after his death.
That's
You
right.
write the
That's
book,
right.
and book is done, and it's
That's it.
ready for print, and people bought the book in the pre-sale. So you know, but I got a test print with original text, but I need to change because in the pre-word I said something like, because it was a really conversation between me and Paul. I said, "Paul, you are like a cockroach. You will survive. You will survive nuclear war, and all we who care about you will die. We will die around you, and you will overlive all of us, and then we'll out." But it's not
You know,
happened. Yeah.
plus you got to write. He's passed right in the book now, so you got to sort of put an end point right there. Um,
So, this thing is something I will change or explain, because it's really happened like this. As I said, it's no filter book, because I need to point this. I will tell, and I'm not good English speaker, so maybe you can explain to people more after I say to you. But
yeah,
the thing is, Paul behavior is a typical Paul behavior. And I don't know him from 80s or something, but he he's a really nice person. He's like baby. He's like little child. He's watching Scooby Doo every day, and laughing. And Paul is really nice person.
yeah,
But sometimes when he isn't nice, is not is not him. It's it is illness. In my book, I didn't mention anything what he didn't mention in the Facebook, but he always talking about his depression, about all other mental diseases he openly talk about this. So people need to understand that this is not Paul, this is his disease. And in my life, I never ever dealt with some person who has mental diseases and who is in a wheelchair. I learned day by day, it's how to live, mm, what is the problems, what people facing every day. Because I booked some room in a hotel, and promoter book a room, and book is ideal. And in hotel they said this is a room for disabled persons, accessible room, everything. But I don't know. Maybe it's accessible on the paper, because you can reach a light switch, you can reach this, and everything what is normal to us. Paul just with one look see around the room and say, this room is not good for me. And I said, how is not good? Look, it's big toilet and a big shower for disabled, blah blah, is this. And he said, no, a switch is not on the right place, a telephone is behind the um, I don't know, behind the sofa, so I can't reach if I fall, if I
yeah.
need to call
That
reception or
that
something.
that that is definitely like some sort of psychological
Yeah,
issues he was dealing with.
this is the things that we, let's say, like this normal person which are not in a wheelchair, we don't see this.
Yeah,
This is a really tough life. Everything for the disabled person is double expensive. Vehicles, taxi, hotels, everything what you need to buy for a disabled person is double expensive, because they don't have any other source or way to buy. So pharmacies and all people who work in this industry
yeah.
earn money of them, on them diseases, and it's really he used to say to me, I'm Paul Andrews, I'm not Paul Diano anymore. I used to be Paul Diano, but Paul Diano is died, and um, I don't want Paul Diano like this. I'm Paul Andrews, because Paul Diano is person from Iron Maiden. He's different.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, the post-traumatic stress, which he always says, that he was suffering from. Let me tell you, I'll give everybody else another example. About 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, we were doing a Zoom,
Yeah.
and he didn't have at least 10 seconds to listen to me. Okay, Paul, you got to do this. No, I can't do it. I can't. He would have a panic attack. He would have a
Yeah, yeah,
panic
yeah,
attack. And then the next day he'll send me a text saying, okay, let's try again. And then we try again, and he had a panic attack. And you go, no, I can't do it. So he just hangs up. He was flipping from character to character,
Oh,
and
yeah, non-stop. And sometimes it was, I tried to explain it, the book, but sometimes people said, okay, I mean, promoters, can I don't know, spare some money? What are you doing on the tour with him? Can you stay at home and and send just Paul to us? And I said no, because even if I'm not medicine person, care, you'll get in a position that Paul will start a panic attack and he will say, I will cancel the show right now. Bring me home. Bring me in airport. And
yeah.
promoter will, and he said many times, and promoter will be feared that show is canceled and everything. And 1 minute later, Paul is smiling, hugging people, and everything is good. Everything is fine. So
He had a lot of
someone
friends. He had a lot of friends. Yeah.
someone needs to be here to explain to promoter, to explain producer, to
Yeah.
explain people that just be patient, that nothing happened, that
Yeah.
it's standard
Yeah.
program.
Paul, he had a lot of panic attacks, a lot of panic
Yeah.
attacks. And
To be,
people
to be
who
honest,
don't
yeah,
know
to be
him don't understand how he would just give up because he had a panic attack. But then he would go back, like you said.
yeah, to be honest, I explained to your friend Kevin this
Yeah.
because we talk about Canada and what everyone in the crew doing in the crew. So I explained to him, I'm doing this. I need to be with
Yeah.
him because if I'm not with him, the tour will be canceled.
And we should also mention this, okay, so the book, I want the book to come out. I'm going to be buy the book as soon as you have it. You have it on pre-sale now?
Yeah, the book is pre-sold only
Hmm.
for loyal buyers, so it wasn't
Okay, so I'll
on.
wait.
No, no, it was no. I'll tell you why. It is because I can announce a book like 6 months before it's released. And when my loyal buyers buy the book, they know this book will be released. And if someone new buy a book and see it is not in on his postal box, and
Hmm.
they will ask to refund and say, "Where is the book?" Blah blah. Loyal
Yeah, yeah,
buyers know.
I got it. It's all right.
They
But I
will
mean,
buy.
when are you gonna? And I'm not here to promote the book. I'm just curious. Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
curious. When do you think you're gonna put it out for sale? Like, well,
Uh, it was supposed to be in the Wednesday.
okay.
So
Oh my God,
because
crazy.
everything is ready. So I will see now. I will see.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I strongly support you putting out the book, not because you're trying to cash in, because I
I
think
mean, I mean, yeah.
the fans want it. They want it, and let's give the fans what they
I
want.
mean, bad timing, but it's
It's what it
happening. Yeah.
is. And okay, and another cool thing you were doing, and we've talked about this for years now, is the documentary. This was not done after he died. This was done. This was been worked on since you sort of met him. And is
Yeah.
there any sort of is it finished?
Yeah. A documentary is done. I spoke with Wes today, and documentary is completely finished, and he's working just on licensing of music and everything. But I think on the end of this year or beginning of next year will be done. So I don't know about
Okay.
this strategy. Will if we'll go on cinema or Netflix or I don't know. I'm not involved in this, and I don't
Yeah.
want to ask. I just know the documentary is done, and
Okay.
we are
All
now
right.
waiting.
All right. All right. Let's not say Netflix because there's a lot of fake news about Netflix, but we'll just not say that. Um,
I have my doubts about this, but not for that.
there's a yeah, I agreed. Um, War Horse,
Yeah.
it's great. You got him together with this Croatian band. They cranked out an album, some great reviews. This was way
Yeah.
done. Okay, so now we're talking about almost a year now. I mean, maybe it's 6 months, I guess, that it's been out. So
Yeah.
that's cool too. That's cool that album's out. Congratulations on that, to getting him to do that
Yeah,
for them.
actually, this was last his author's album, and yeah, reviews are really, really good, and people like that songs. And they ask me so much times if when Workers will go play live, or if Paul will play some of these songs. And another album was in preparation, but not with Workers, but with his Norwegian band, and he just confirmed that he will sing with them on this album, but
Yeah,
now
yeah. Was there any other Warhorse songs that he recorded but he was saving for the next album?
to be honest, I'm not sure is he recorded the vocals, but one more song, I Confess, with name I Confess, was in the plan for the first album, and this song talking about his life and struggles and everything, and but I think he never finished this song, so
Okay. And of course, again, all timing, the Book of the Beast was released what,
yeah, yeah,
3 weeks ago. Is it? Was it?
yeah, something like this, yeah,
So it's a greatest hits. A couple of re-recording of songs. You just
yeah.
flipped upside down. Okay, you're good there. Anyways, let's end off this way. Okay. What is the legacy of Paul Diano in your mind?
You know, when I see how many messages people send to me, and when I see, he always rooting about West Ham also as
Yes,
Steve Kerr.
yes,
And now
yes.
today I see West Ham posted on their web pages
Amazing.
something about Paul. And Paul also loves so much Corinthians in Brazil, and now Corinthians Football Club posted something about Paul. No, they appreciate him, and I see a lot of bands. I see Tobias Summit. I see Exodus. I see, I don't know, Megadeth. They have some. Probably Metallica will or Anthrax. So all these people love Paul so much. So his
Here,
legacy.
let me share this. Nico McBrain, we all missed you, brother. Rest in peace, up the irons.
Yeah,
So there you go. Iron Maiden did
yeah,
a post. I could go down the post. Voivod,
yeah,
listen to Voivod from Montreal,
yeah,
Quebec.
yeah,
We all deeply saddened to hear the passing of Paul Diano, the original voice of Iron Maiden. His work on those early Maiden albums left an incredible mark on the heavy metal world. Away shared a fond memory of discovering Iron Maiden's debut in Jonquière, Quebec. That was Paul Diano. Uh,
uh,
Bill Ward. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong post. Sorry. Uh, Gus G. Of course,
yeah,
Gus G. Shocked to hear
yeah,
about Paul Diano's passing. I had the honor to play with him a few shows in Greece.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that was a huge success. I remember that.
yeah,
Is,
yeah.
is there
It was
anybody else you
phenomenal.
want to mention as I look for some more people?
No, will be so much people in the following days. I just wanted to say, when I started to work with Paul, um, in my book I will describe step by step, but uh, it was dream come true to work. How to explain? Lie after that album has a 40th anniversary. So
Yeah.
when you see inside the cover of Lie After Death, you
Mm-hmm.
see a lot of pictures from the tour, everything,
Yeah.
legendary picture below of Jesus in Rio de Janeiro and something like this. And suddenly I'm with him on the tour, and I have same pictures from Australia, from Brazil, from Chile, Uruguay, Paraguay, Mexico, all around the world. And I said, my God, I live my dreams. I watched this album cover, and I thought how these people are happy to go all around the world and play. And now I'm with him, and I'm doing the same. And I live my dream. And I never before wrote any agreement or deal with Paul Diano, in written form. And
Yeah.
this And this summer we had some clash, big clash, and
Yes.
it was over the internet, if you remember.
Yeah, yeah.
It was over the internet, and then he apologized, something like blah blah. And then he was in the care home in Croatia, and come to care home, and I said, "Look, Paul, uh, from now we'll work different. We are friends. We'll remain friends, but uh, business will be business, friendship will be friendship, and we need to sit. We need to sign a contract about our relationship, about everything, blah blah."
Hmm.
And one of the point that I was take care about this so much, it was his legacy, because when I started to work with him,
Yeah.
I need to be honest. I saw many new boyfriends again. Sometimes you ask yourself, where are all these friends when he's a wheelchair, where he needs someone? Okay, some friends was always there, and I know them, and they know who they are, and I
Yeah.
appreciate them. And they will there was uh, always for him. But there's a lot of new boyfriends, and suddenly he playing the shows. They want this, they want that, blah blah. And I said, Paul, you need to think about yourself, about your legacy. You are a legend, and we need to invite completely your career. It was done like 7, 8 years ago,
Yeah.
20, 30% on the show. Now we'll build everything again. When I started to work with him, nobody in Europe wanted to book Paul, except Keeping Truth Festival, Oliver. But nobody else wanted to book. They allowed on me.
And
Paul
Greece,
did.
and Greece, and Greece.
Yeah. And Greece, yes, because Elias also my very very good friend. He's a friend of Paul Diano by years. So this is this. They are promoters, but especially as I talk with him, they are promoters, and they are friends, and they will do everything about him always. So this is a completely new level. This is not just some promoter. This is a close friend. But out of this, people out, Poldiani joke, something like this. So okay, I said, we'll see. We shall see. I contacted my friend in Brazil, who is also publisher of my book in Brazil, and we started to think to do some great tour, greatest ever 31 show in Brazil, and we took the most modern tour bus with hydraulic chair
Yes.
for blah, blah. We made a lot of picture on the internet, everything, and success by success of our second show, third, blah blah. People talk about it. We started with videos, with pictures, and just one by one, promoter just jump. And I didn't book any shows. Promoters come to me. We want to book Paul Diano, blah blah. And after that, my friend Andy Brown from England jumped in and helped to book English tour. So we sell out English tour. After
So
last show,
I got to summarize this for everybody out there. Okay, I'm going to summarize what you're saying, just to understand. Bottom line is, when you first start off with Paul, this is what you texted me just I think this afternoon. He goes, I'm going to preserve his legacy, and I've been preserving his legacy. You wrote, Paul, I'm going to, you met him. He was kind of like unstable, this and that. You, at first, all the promoters, they were scared. Paul Diano is going to, we fear him. Maybe we'll cancel. But you were consistent. You friggin' got the right buses. You got the right people. You got them on the right tours. You got them the right care. And slowly the countries all started seeing how this is working, how he's on tour, he's on time, you're bringing him there, He's healthy enough to sing, and congratulations to that. That's what I want to summarize for you.
People get chance to see Paul again, to hear this song, and I will not prize myself as a hell good booking agent because uh, maybe I was smart, but for example, Australia, I didn't book Australia. Australia booked us because they call us first, and all others because they saw what was going on and they didn't want to miss the chance. We just
No.
picked smartly which shows, which clubs will book, and when, and one by one, and then with KK Priest also.
Look at that.
Uh,
And it's funny because we started off this conversation where Paul was in Sounds magazine or wherever he was saying, we're going to
yeah,
blow
yeah,
Judas Priest off the stage. And KK didn't want to talk to him back then.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
suddenly, but now they were friends, they became friends and they toured
Yeah,
together. It's
they're
amazing.
friends, and the tour was good because KK today has a really good successful career, really,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he made a miracle with his new album, and congratulations. But when he started his tour, when he launched tour, I think Paul Diano seems to him like a good choice because 10 sold out shows in the UK. Let's call Paul. Yeah, I understand his way of thinking, and yeah,
Look at this. Craig Riders, he wrote it and he goes, seriously, KK's Priest, Paul Diano and Burning Witches was one of the best gigs I've ever been to, even more so than now. Isn't that amazing? Just, I want to interrupt you right here and I want to say the BBC,
yeah,
original Iron Man singer Paul Diano dies. That's how loved he is globally. I mean, okay, well, the UK, but
uh,
absolutely. I mean, it's all around. It's going all around the world. This is not a
yeah,
local, one city here. We're talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
all around the world. I'm seeing
yeah,
this all around the world. This is huge.
yeah,
This
yeah,
and I think I'm going to keep this going. And I think during this week we'll have more tributes talking about the legacy of Paul Diano. But I'm sorry to cut you off. I saw the BBC there
yeah.
and I wanted to mention it.
I think his website will remain. I'll post step by step many pictures. Or just a moment, someone called me, but I need to stop. Uh, yeah, the thing is that someone need to take care about the legacy, need to keep the
Mm-hmm.
flame, need to post pictures, need to post videos because we recorded everything. We have thousands of videos for all this year, thousands of stories and everything. And
Yeah.
people, yeah, people need to know who was Paul Diano, and I mean, people already know, but
You know
the
what?
flame.
It's to back to what I said before. Your job now is to make sure the legacy of Paul Diano continues, right? I mean, you have like Wendy Dio, she's preserving the legacy of Dio. Some people like
Yeah,
it, some people don't, but she does do it. And,
yeah, yeah,
there'll be book, there'll be
yeah,
music, and there'll be a documentary, right? So
yeah.
I think that's a great step. And you know what? Uh,
To be honest,
yeah,
I regret for two things. I don't know what will happen, but I need to confess because now is nothing matter. So I need to confess that I sent a message, email to Phantom Music like 3 weeks ago or four when they announced the tour that this will be ideal chance to see Paul and the stadium in London with Iron Maiden in one song, and it was my goal to do this for fans, for all of us, because this tour, 50th anniversary and West Ham Stadium, I think it was his last chance to do something like this. And I officially sent a mail to Phantom Management, but yeah,
no response yet. They didn't respond, you're
I
saying,
mean,
right?
I mean, I am in contact with them. So you said no response. I will not say no response, but this happened with Paul. I would say.
Well, I guess just clarify this for me. As a big fan, and I've always wanted this. Would they? Do you think they would have considered Paul doing one song with them in the UK stadium in London? Okay, you don't want to say.
Yeah. I mean, these two
You
things.
you sent a message to them saying, "Is it possible to have Paul come on for
Yeah.
one song, right, in London on the stadium?" Right?
Yeah.
Did they respond back to saying yes or no, or maybe or?
Uh, with Iron Maiden, it's not like this. You don't get email back same moment. It was similar when I sent email about meeting Bruce.
Ah, yeah. Okay, let's talk about
The,
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it.
and they didn't respond right away. But
Mm-hmm.
in someday I got the email and say, yeah, no problem, blah blah. So Iron Maiden always answer, but you need to be
Patient, patient.
patient, and they are still on other tour. They need to finish this tour, and then we'll talk about new tour.
And
I
that's fine.
just
That's fine.
I just sent an email for any case to be in the corner and to wait. So
Yes. Yeah.
to be honest, from I expected a positive answer, but when in this business you don't need to push. You send email once and wait.
Yeah. Yeah. All
So
right. Your
yeah,
your last sort of maybe this has helped you get it all out of your system, make you sleep better. I hope it has. Uh,
yeah.
your last comment about Paul. Uh, just tell me what you feel.
I feel a sadness because he was a really really nice person. When I met Paul, my wife became pregnant, and
Mm-hmm.
we both take care about him. Even she was in risk pregnancy. We take care about him non-stop. And when our child is born, Paul said, I'm his uncle. She's a mini beast. I'm beast." And Paul is deeply connected with me and my family and my friends. And I'll tell you one sad story. I need to tell this. I describe this in my book, but my father died. Has died this March, end of the March, and he became very very ill very quickly in maybe mm, 1 week. I have so lucky that I just come back from the tour, and
Mm-hmm.
I find him still alive. But one uh, a day on the day when he died, or day before, because we don't know when exactly he died. But before he's come to hospital, he walked on the walking frame on the stick, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
on the
Yeah, the
walking
thing there.
frame,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he was very very weak to lift his up, and I need to address him um, his pants and everything, and my mother cried, and we all cried. We all know what will going on, and his. He tried and she tried to tell me what to do, how to address him, and I said, steadily, I learned everything. I know how to do this, and I addressed my dad to go to hospital to die, and I learned this from my life with Paul. It was really It is really sad, and I say how mm, my father come to this position. He was normal like 10 days ago, and now I need to address him like a child, like a Paul, and by living with Paul, I learned something, and I will learn this for the whole life, and I will look at disabled persons and all the person with mental and other diseases in another way, because
Yeah. Yeah.
when you are not ill, you don't know how it is, and
You will never feel what somebody feels. If you're not in their shoes, you will never understand. People might look crazy to you. They might look, why did they do that? Why on earth are they doing this? But we don't know what that person is going through.
yes, and so, and I said in the cover of my book, I'm not backstabber or something, but I need to explain people everything what's going on. Maybe they will learn something. They will see some other persons in other
Yeah.
countries
Yeah.
and other occasions. I don't know. They will see and similarities, and they'll say, "Oh, I didn't know. Now I know." You know.
Yeah.
I need to explain everything, my life with him.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about that. I'm sorry to hear about Paul. I'm going to put on Made in Japan right after this
Yeah.
to celebrate his music and how amazing he was as a singer. This show was to talk about Paul as a person, as a human being. He was a very funny guy. He would
Yeah.
he would just say whatever was on his mind. He would write whatever was on his mind, and he had a nice heart. He had a nice heart.
Okay. And once again, sorry for my English.
No, no, don't
Probably
worry about it.
people understand me. I'm not the English speaker, but I'm trying.
You are amazing. You and your family and your wife, and you've done so much for somebody, and you've done so
Yeah,
much for a legend. A lot of people would not do what you've done, and hats off to you. I'm sad about Paul. I mean, to me, I think it shocked everybody. And as we're talking around the world, people are talking about Paul Diano, and they probably are remembering him a lot more because you helped them come make a comeback in a way, right?
understand.
All right, my
But
friend.
yeah, but I will say again, all we are. mm, in this. All the people, I need to mention Castro, who started the
Yes,
campaign, and all the people. We all are in this. Everyone who helped. There is a lot of people, and if I'm hero, they are heroes.
of course,
Really.
absolutely. Castro at the Cart and Horses. I know he's done so much for Paul as well. There's so many other people.
Yeah,
We've
I mean,
always looked up.
Mark, Chris Dale, Steve Kenton, Andy Brown, all these people who helped. Um, I just want to say, Scottish promoter texted me today, and he said, "Okay, but please, I want to donate money. Even if concert is not done, I want to donate money. What for post for funeral for people are great and I don't know. I can't describe a word to thank you to all people who doing this.
Yeah. You know what? Thank you so much again. Listen, we're going to talk soon. We'll talk more about Paul's legacy and your book and whatever else you're going to be releasing
Yeah.
to keep his spirit and memory alive. That's what people want at the end of the day. They want to remember, right? The good.
Yes. Yes.
Stefan, have yourself a great night there in Croatia. Thanks for taking your time out to speaking to me and to
Thank
speaking to
you.
everybody out there, actually.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody
Thank
for
you.
watching.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.